Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's fourth and final video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's final video. Day 10 will take us to around the 3rd of October, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the extended GFS and ECM ensembles. Maybe run to around a couple of weeks. We'll have a look at the CFS B2 at the end of the video the next 4 weeks, and that gets us well into the second half of October. I shall get on back for you in a moment. Just say it's been a busy day at GavsWeatherVids today. We started off with 6 forecast with recent week ahead forecast and also the first winter 2023-24 season model roundup. That's getting together 17 long range models from the world leading forecast centre to see what they're all showing for winter 2023-24 for the first time this season. Of course, we will be releasing the GavsWeatherVids winter forecast on December the 3rd, Sunday the 3rd of December. So got a long way to go yet before we get to that, and plenty of winter updates and 2 more season model roundups to go before we get to the big day on the 3rd of December. But please check out the video. It's very, very interesting with those long-range models, even if I say so myself. Need to put on just 4 or 5 subscribers to get ourselves to 16.9k. We are so close now to getting to 16,900 subscribers. Please give us a sub on the video, like, share, subscribe. You show much everybody doing that. Don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids as well. Right, okay, let's start off in the tropical Atlantic then. So we've got tropical storm Ophelia, which has now made landfall on the eastern seaboard of the states. There she is, giving maximum sustained winds of 65 miles per hour with a minimum surface pressure of 983 millibars, moving northwards at 13 miles per hour. Clicking on Ophelia and going here, we can see that this tropical storm is currently in North Carolina. It's going to push up into Virginia and then on into those northeastern states up to New Jersey by the time we get to the beginning of next week. And by that point, we'll be, excuse me, everybody will be going post-tropical depression. Then that's probably going to move out into the Atlantic. It may have some impact on the stormy weather we are expecting on Wednesday. There might be, elements of Ophelia within that significant area of low pressure on Wednesday. More about that, though, later on in the video. And then we've also got Disturbance 1, which is having a 90% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 days and a 100% chance of cyclone formation in the next 7 days. That is going to become our next tropical storm and or hurricane. They're seeing showers and thunderstorms associated with an area of low pressure located 700 miles west of the Cape Verde Islands have become better organised during the past few hours. Satellite-derived wind data is expected to arrive later this morning, which should provide more information on if a well-defined surface circulation has also developed. Further development is expected, and a tropical depression will likely form today. The system is forecast to move generally westwards at 10 to 50 miles per hour in the next few days, and then turn west-northwestwards or northwestwards starting Tuesday. I'm going to be one to watch for next week, and we'll keep you updated. GavsWeatherVids, right, has a CT update. So we haven't had an update from the CT today, so we're still technically sitting at 18.1, 4.5 degrees above average. That's provisional to Thursday, 21st of September. I would imagine that's going to be in the upper 17s now, but of course can't confirm that because it hasn't updated, and as soon as we get an update we will bring that to you. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks on the Cardiff. Today break line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Cardiff. We're starting off below average at the moment. We will see the upper air temperatures lifting up tomorrow and into Monday. That's as we have the remains of Hurricane Nigel as an area of low pressure moving across the country. So yes, a lift up in the temperature, but we'll be bringing outbreaks of rain with it through next week. Have a cooling trend, so average to slightly below average through the final days of September, and then into the first week to 10 days of October. Looks like I have a little bit of a warming trend going on. Precipitation wise, looks very unsettled for the rest of September. Further bouts of rain to come. Remember, this is for Cardiff, so you could be a little bit exposed to the Atlantic and the RSC, but nevertheless it does look as though got plenty of wet weather to come. After that, we go through the first week, 10 days of October. Quite a lot of precipitation spikes there, maybe seeing things drying out a little bit. But to be honest, that looks quite unsettled, doesn't it, from beginning to end there. So rather mixed weather set to continue, I think. Temperature anomalies from the 23rd of September to the 1st of October, around to ever so slightly above average. Precipitation anomalies from the 23rd of September to 1st of October, coming out a bit drier down to the southeast corner, but wetter than average for more western regions. The latest Windflow Map from earthnullschool.net shows we've got low pressure to our western northwest today, 2 areas of low. They're going to sort of merge into one big low, and that will be bring us unsettled weather through the rest of the weekend. Check out the weekend broadcast for more about that. Okay, let's start going through the chart data then, and starting off with the UK Met Euro run for midnight on Tuesday. So a little bit of a transient ridge trying to build into the south bend, but that's quickly flattened up as the weather system pushed across the country, Tuesday bringing outbreaks of rain. And then we've got this developing area of low pressure. This is the one we're keeping a close eye on. Might bring some very stormy weather through the course of Wednesday. Look at that by the time you get through midnight Thursday. That lowest sit across the east of Scotland, the strongest winds on the southern side of that. So if we go back, it implies that the low going in that direction, taking the strongest winds potentially through western and northern parts of the country. Could be some very stormy weather with that. The UK Met then brings in another deep area of low pressure, midnight Thursday to Friday. That's a little bit further south as well. I have to say other models aren't going for that yet, but you know, will we do it all over again on Thursday to Friday? We eventually, by the time we get through to next weekend, finish up with a little bit of a ridge building into the south, starting to settle things down maybe by next weekend. Wild ride over the next week though, if UK Met is right there. Icon again is showing that we bring a weather system across the country on Tuesday. There's that developing area of low pressure at midnight on Wednesday. Where is that low? Midnight Thursday, so a little bit further northwards with Icon and that area of low pressure. That could take the strongest winds further to the north. By Friday, we're into a flat sort of westerly type flow, and then into next weekend, starting to build up a ridge of high pressure then, mostly dry. Could be quite cool under that ridge, I think, but turns mostly dry as we get into the final day of September with Icon, the GFS. Midnight run looks like this. Once more, we're pushing a weather system across the country on Tuesday, taking outbreaks of rain with it. There's back developing low midnight Wednesday. Where does the GFS midnight run take that? A little bit further south, so affects England and Wales much more with the GFS midnight run with that area of low pressure, and another chop pushing through on Thursday to Friday before we start to build up a little bit of a ridge as we go into the weekend. Not for long though, further showery chops are pushing through there as we move up toward day 10. That is day 10 itself, Tuesday the 3rd of October, slight transient ridge building across the country. Notice that we've got the next Atlantic thunderstorm and or hurricane there to the west of the Azores, another one moving into the North Atlantic. Beyond that, into the exterior range of the GFS midnight run, higher pressure builds into the south, bring drier and pretty quite warm weather there. Still just a little bit on the unsettled side further north. That's so long as we get to the end of the GFS midnight run, high pressure has taken over. Technically, that's a warm area of high pressure. Could be chilly at night, though, given that we are talking about second week of October. That gets us to the 9th of October there. This is the GFS 6Z. Once again, a trough is moving across the country on Tuesday, taking a band of rain with it. There's that area of low pressure. 6 a.m. on Wednesday. What does the GFS do with that? So it runs it more or less in across the centre of the country, I think. That's below by the time you get through 6 a.m. Thursday, heading off towards Denmark. So again, probably brings the strongest winds a little bit further southwards compared to the UK Vet and Icon, for example. We will have a look at some data in a moment from 2 or 3 high-res models. Right, we go beyond that, though, and we're into like a flat westerly type flow. on Friday for a slight restart trying to build into the weekend, but still with low pressure never all that far away. So day 9, which is the 2nd of October, brings another low in from off the Atlantic with further rain, and then day 10 and onwards high pressure starts to try and build up, but never really settling down with the GFS 6 until we get to around the 6th of October. Meant to turn a little bit drier south, but even then it still rather unsettled and changeable in the north. That's how we end up with the GFS 6Z, 9th of October, low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south in a flat westerly flow. If you enjoyed the video, please can you like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. Why not drop a comment and let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. We need to put on around 4 or 5 subscribers, that is all, to get to 16.9k. Could give us a sub, that would be incredible. We thank you so much everybody for doing that. GM again showing a trough moving in on Tuesday. So sorry once again everybody, a trough moving in on Tuesday brings some outbreaks of rain. There's the developing area of low pressure as we go through to Wednesday. By Thursday, that low is across Scotland. That takes the strongest of winds, probably through Ireland and Northern England, I would have thought. By the end of next week and into the weekend, higher pressure trying to build up from south, but it doesn't really come to much. The next low moves in through the weekend, bringing further outbreaks of rain with it. Up to day 10, looking rather much a north-south split, so some higher pressure in south, low pressure in the north. Best but remains of the disturbance 1 just there, but it's going to become a tropical storm and or hurricane, and that's not that far away from getting caught into the jet stream actually, so maybe that one will give us a spell of wet and windy weather. I'll wait and see. And then the ECMWF looking like this. So once again we've got high pressure way to the east, low pressure is out to the north and the west. There's that developing low, that's Tuesday. There's that developing low as we go to midnight Wednesday. Where does the ECM takes that a little bit further south? Was more in line for GFS output actually, affecting England and Wales more with that area of low pressure. Not really whipping itself up into a frenzy, but certainly bringing a spell very wet and windy weather through Wednesday. Then we're into a flat westerly flow with further showery conditions at the end of the week into the weekend. Ridge trying to build up from the southwest, but low pressure out in the Atlantic looks like it's going to push that aside. And that's how it looks as we get to day 10. Now, by day 10, I've got low pressure dominating around Iceland, but notice just here, that is the remains of disturbance 1, and a little bit of energy is breaking off from it just there as well. It looks like that's getting caught up in rejection, so the east is very close, I think, to bring us the remains of that. Atlantic hurricane and storm that is going to be developing in the next 24 hours or so. That's day 10. If we could go on another 24 hours, I suspect we would see the low coming in, from off the Atlantic there. So the ECM looks like it's bringing that low pressure towards us, certainly by day 10. We're going to have a look at the storm system for Wednesday in a moment with a couple of high-res models. But just to say, if you could support our channel, it would be really great. So we've got lots and lots of merch here in the GavsWeatherVids spring store. So if you could buy a little bit of merch and help support the channel, we've got mugs, caps, t-shirts, stickers, pillows, in various designs and forms. So if you could buy some merch and use the discount code CMD 0721 to get 15% off your order at checkout, that would be absolutely amazing. You can also become a channel member for GavsWeatherVids by clicking the join button. So £4.99 a month will get you channel membership for GavsWeatherVids, and you'll get various perks with your channel membership, such as a once a month channel member live stream and exclusive content. There's a shout out in the video. You can give us a super thanks on this video or on all of our videos by clicking the super thanks button, and that will flag up your comment. And thank you so much for doing that. You can also super chat on the live streams, of course, and you can give us a donation through PayPal if you would like to do that. And again, you will get a shout out in videos if you would like to. Thank you so much everybody for doing that. All of this is helping to support the channel and allow us to provide this content for all of you. It helps for me, to pay to have this channel. So thank you so much everybody for the support. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Right, let's have a quick look at the wind gusts then for Wednesday. So this is from Weather Outlook with the GFS. So not too bad with the wind to start off with on Wednesday, but look what happens, where we go, look what happens as we go through into Wednesday afternoon. We bring the strongest winds into the southwest, going for gusts up to around 60, 70 miles an hour there across South Wales and southwestern England, and then those 60 to 70 mile an hour gusts run along the south coast, though quite a long way south with those stormy winds there on Wednesday with the GFS. That's not high res though. We can have a look at DWD. This is a high res model. 3 a.m. Wednesday, not too bad with the winds, but look at the winds picking up there as we get to 3 a.m. on 3 p.m. I should say, on Wednesday afternoon. So widespread wind gusts going up the Irish Sea, further north you'll notice, further north and west compared to GFS. Widespread wind gusts going to 70 to 80 mile an hour up the Irish Sea. There is a gust there of like 90 miles an hour, and I think as we look towards Southern Ireland, we've actually got 100 mile an hour gusts there, just off the coast of the Atlantic coast of Ireland. Now we do have a lot of people watching from Ireland, so hello to all of you in Ireland. And again, this could be very, very notable. This area of low pressure for you guys. So watch this space, both here in the UK and for the people over in Ireland too. Those strongest winds then move up the Irish Sea. Again, widespread wind gusts of like 80 to 90 miles an hour, affecting parts of North and West Wales and into northwestern parts of England. Then those strongest winds transferring from the Irish Sea across northern England. Inland gusts going in excess of 70 miles an hour. Again, could be gusting up to 80 miles an hour around the coast with the DWD. And then those strongest winds gradually move off into the North Sea. Things calm down by the time we get through to 6 a.m. on Thursday morning. We have also got ICOM, so this is a high-res UK Met Office product. Now I'll show you the rain with this area of road first of all. So here comes all the wet weather on Wednesday there. That's midday on Wednesday. Heavy rain, torrential rain in the west, and then that wet weather spreading eastwards. This goes in 3 hourly steps, so it doesn't look like there's all that much rain pushing across southern and eastern region, but there will be more rain than that implies when that becomes closer to the time frame and it starts skipping through in 1 hourly steps, I should say. Then the rain will look more significant for all areas, but it does show some very wet weather pushing across the country on Wednesday. But more significantly than that will be the wind gusts, if ICON is correct. So check out these wind gusts that the model is going for. Again, we can see that by midday to 3 p.m. on Wednesday, we have got widespread wind gusts here in the Irish Sea of 80 to 90 miles an hour running up the Irish Sea there. Very, very stormy indeed. Again, going for like 100 mile an hour gusts just to the south of Ireland as well there at midday on Wednesday. So sorry once more, everybody. And then those strongest winds, transferring up the Irish Sea. Inland widespread gusts of like 60 miles an hour, perhaps more than that, across some central regions, and those stormy winds then transferring from the Irish Sea into northern England, out into the North Sea, again going in excess of 70 miles an hour there over much of northern England, like Northern Ireland, Northern England, just south of Scotland, but there's the brunt of it. But remember, the track of this storm could change. It could be a little bit further north, it could be a little bit further southwards, but definitely wherever it is, it looks pretty significant and is going to be one to keep an eye on if the model output is correct. There's a few days for this to be downgraded, as we've already established, like the ECM and to some degree the GFS not really whipping this low up into such a significant system as like particularly I think high-res models are, but we need to keep an eye on it, and we will keep informed, of course, at GavsWeatherVids, of course we will. Visual precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from meteo.com. From the ECM run that I was looking at, by the way, before we got onto the high res. So go back to the ECM if you like. And yes, we've got these heavy outbreaks of rain pushing into the north and west through this weekend, and then that wet weather will carry on into the early part of next week with further shower bursts. Now, this is the area of low pressure on Wednesday, so that just brings a lot of heavy rain to England and Wales on Wednesday, and it is pretty stormy the far south of the country, but it's not taking that low further north. Remember, strongest winds will be on the southern side of the area of low pressure. Nevertheless, it does suggest a spell of very wet and windy weather, particularly focused on England and Wales through Wednesday, and then beyond that, further shower conditions carrying on into the end of the week before things go a little bit dry May for a couple of days, but all wet weather returns as we move up towards day 10. Remember, by day 10, the ECM WF, let's go back to it, has the remains of what's currently disturbance 1, but will become a tropical storm and or hurricane, has the remains of that just to our southwest approaches down here. So yeah, we're going to get that. So all of this wet weather that's gathering to the southwest there is like the wet weather in association with what's currently disturbance 1. Just going to show how everything is interconnected, doesn't it? How it's all interconnected. Right, okay, these are the options on the table in the ECM Ensemble Day 4. Day 10 gets us to the 3rd of October. 13 members of the ECM Ensembles with low pressure to the north. High pressure is to the south. We're bringing the wind from a west or southwesterly direction at day 10. Could be a little bit showery up in the north. 12 with high pressure again to our south. 10 with high pressure to our south and east. 9 including the control and the operation run with low pressure in control, and 7 with high pressure just to our south and east. Most of the options are more anticyclonic than the operational run, so the operational run with that very unsettled scenario at day 10 could be a little bit of a synoptic outlier compared to the rest of the ECM ensembles. And as far as things in 2 weeks' time are concerned, these are the options that we've got. Gets us to the 8th of October. 10 members of the ECM ensembles, low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south. So that's still looking rather mixed and showery. 10 with high pressure again, sitting to our north and ridging through West Europe, mostly dry. With that, we've got 9 with some sort of lower pressure, maybe a trough sitting close to the country. Another 9 with high pressure just out to our west, that's mostly dry, could be a little bit chilly with winds in from the northwest. 7 high pressure right over top of the country, and 6 with high pressure again sitting over the top of the country. A range of options as we get to day 14, 15, but most of them look rather anticyclonic, I have to say. Okay, CFS V2 finally, and then we're done. So these are 500 millibar height anomalies breaking down to week periods. The first week period takes from the 23rd to 29th of September. This week has low pressure to the north and west, high pressure is to our south, and winds are coming in from a west or southwesterly direction. Most unsettled in the north with that. Week 2 is going to be the 30th of September, 6th of October. Low pressure to the north, high pressure to the south. Again, mostly unsettled in the north. Could be a little bit drier down south. Week 3 is going to be the 7th, 13th of October. Low pressure around Iceland, high pressure over France. North-south split continues. And then week 4 will be the 14th to the 20th of October with high pressure to our south and east, low pressure away to the northwest, and that will be drawing up what could be quite a warm southerly southwest wind. So after this very warm September, possibly a very warm October is on the way as well. But we shall see about that. We've got enough to focus on, I think, in the next few days, particularly on Wednesday, without getting too far ahead of ourselves. So let's wait and see. Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Drop a comment, let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Don't forget to tell friends about GavsWeatherVids, get them to subscribe too. And thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. 4 or 5 subscribers will get us to 16.9k, and then we're pushing on to 17,000 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that for GavsWeatherVids. Right, I shall just tell you what's coming up tomorrow. Oh, and don't forget to check out the merch and, you know, channel membership, the PayPal page. All the links are in the description, etc, etc, etc. Thank you so much. Right, I just checked coming up tomorrow, 6 AM UK weather forecast before winter 2023-24 update. Epic video tomorrow for the 4th winter update. Wow. Next installment on the way at 10 AM. And then we'll be live streaming at 6 PM. So we're going to be discussing the 2 winter updates this weekend, the seasonal roundup and tomorrow's 4th winter update And we'll do a 10 to 14 there as well. Everything that we've done here, we will do for you in the live stream. And we will also show you long range as well. We're going to show you the CFS V2. And also, we're going to go through the Copernicus suite on a month-by-month basis in tomorrow's live stream. So you've seen the Copernicus suite of models in the season model roundup today on the 3 monthly basis from December to February, but in tomorrow's live stream we will break those ones down and look at them individually month by month, and you'll see which months are being signalled to have the strongest blocking signals with those models from Copernicus suite. So live stream is going to be epic. I shall see you then at 6 p.m. Before then, I've got the winter update to do, so I'll be busy beavering away on that this afternoon and this evening. And you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. But for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.